Hi guys, Kaze here. Welcome back. We're back with Men of Yoshiwara. Ohgiya. More of Asagiri again. We're doing chapter 4, Asagiri's Pass. And remember, if you guys enjoy the video, please feel free to support the game by buying it. Wait for a sale if you need to. But yeah, let them know that we like their games, we want more, because there's tons more Forbidden Romance games out there, and I hope they bring them all to the PC, and I love them. Because I feel like they nickel and dime you on the phone. So, yes, please bring more to the PC. We'd love it. Anyway, let's go, guys. The festival in the Yoshiwara Pleasure District was positively bustling. And during my time here with Asagiri, he had made a sculpted candy for me. Asagiri, why are you so talented at candy sculpting? I told you, didn't I? I've got experience. Experience where? Did you undergo training? Training? Asagiri narrowed his eyes as if in remembrance. His hand on my shoulder gripped a little tighter. My family, you see, we were candiers. There's a tinge of loneliness in his voice. I quietly drew closer to him, sure now that he was reminiscing. So that's how you know how to shape candy. Indeed. It's been quite some time since I left my family behind, but it's rather hard to forget something you've learned once. Once you become a courtesan, you're stuck in this district. It'd probably be painfully difficult to meet with his parents, even. At what age did you enter Yoshiwara? Huh? Just how old was I, anyway? Unlike the others, I was in my older teens. Though I suppose I simply ended up washed up here. Washed up? Asagiri, you were not born on this island? I'm from the mainland, but back there, it's too busy. Not an easy place to live. I like candy sculpting and its sweet smell, but I took my leave. Oh, surprised? Yes. Well, a lot of men here at Yoshiwara have their reasons, you know. Truly? I cannot say I know much about this place, so... true, I am the only man you know here, after all. He chuckled. His eyes narrowed to peaceful half-moons, and he gazed at me, a small twinkle in them. What? Well, are you here out of your own will? Is it not difficult to leave once you become a courtesan? True, I more or less can't leave. But it's not as though I have a debt or anything. I'm here because I choose to be. Is it not difficult? Well, I like it here. I like the easygoing, almost dreamlike feeling. He liked it here. Was that why he was able to meld into the mood so well, to seem like he was dreamlike himself? A man from a dream, coming from the mainland by his own choice? I see. Well, Asagiri, you do seem rather at home here. Really? I'm glad to hear it. After all, hanging around here allowed me to meet you. Well, if I stayed in the mainland, we would have never met. You see, we're both prisoners. What? You're a prisoner of this island, too. This world is large, wide open, yet here you are, not knowing of it. His eyes glinted with a beguiling light. My heart leapt. The mainland. A world I didn't know. A place with all sorts of beautiful fabrics and ornaments where fashions were born. Let us stay prisoner together. Then let us stay prisoner together, then, and never leave. Asagiri came to a stop. He then laid his hand on mine, the one I held the candy in. He gently pushed the candy to my lips, and then, Kaze, we'll always be together here. In the candy place came his lips. His long eyelashes wavered before me. He went on then to lap at my lips. My body jerked in response. I tried to raise my hand in protest, but he covered it. And then all my energy faded. I would just leave it all to him now. Candy doesn't get much sweeter than that. Perhaps it's because it touched your lips. Putting his lips away, Asagiri put his forehead on mine and looked at me with devilish eyes. I sealed my lips. When I blinked, his eyelids just barely brushed against his. We're in public. It matters not where we are, doesn't it? I will always taste you when I want to. I couldn't reply. I was suddenly getting sucked further and further into his world, into his dream. You can treat me as you wish as well, Kaze. He gently pulled his forehead away. It was too sudden. I wanted him to stay, and my chest tightened. I don't. You have things you want me to do, don't you? I'm mad for you, Kaze. You're so cute. Not to mention, tasty. He caught me off guard again. This time he brought his lips to my cheek and kissed it, ever so lightly. His teasing eyes cast a ticklish gaze on me. Ask me to do anything, Kaze, because I will do anything you wish me to. Oh, all right, I will, when I have thought of something. It's a promise, then. Hand me as you see fit. With a smile, he took my hand softly, once again. He was always smiling, and every time I saw a new smile on him, it would give my chest a pleasant tightening. So, not going to eat your candy? Well, it's so beautiful, I feel it would be a shame to eat it. I'll make you another one, don't you worry, as long as I'm by your side. Why was he so nice to me? It's not as though I was paying him for his time right now. He only needed to be so kind in his room when I paid for him, and yet it seems almost if he actually... Whoa. It seemed almost as if he actually felt for me. Well, Kaze, what's the matter? You've fallen silent all of a sudden. You're certainly nice to meet something. I'm sad. Yeah, kind of sad, because I don't really know what you're doing with me. I'm sorry, I just feel a little sad. Sad? Why? You're so nice. I feel a little worried. Oh, but strange, isn't it? Do not mind me then. Please, forget I said that. I told you didn't have to look so dire at me, did I not? He gently laid his hand upon my cheek. It's only natural to a woman with kindness. His gentle words only made my chest tighter. Why? Why did my chest pain me so when I was around this man? So, are you nice to me because I'm a woman then? And not because I am me? I didn't ask that. I pushed back those words, the question I wanted to ask the most. That's right, but I treat you especially nicely. Why? Do you need to ask? Am I not to ask? Well, I told you countless times before, haven't I? I like you, Kaze. I like you a lot. Really? I wanted to ask. I wanted to confirm. But I closed my mouth just as I opened it because you've just asked that question so many times. You gotta stop. Right? I gotta stop. That looks... That look tells me you don't believe me yet. If my hair is not enough, then my fingers should... No! I quickly snatched his little finger. I like your hands, Asagiri. Oh, why, thank you, Kaze. Which means the gift of a finger would be even more fitting. You may not. Because I found... Because I like your warmth. I like their warmth, their movement, everything about them. Oh. His voice grew quieter. I stayed at his hands and lifted my head and looked up at him. You started speaking your mind, I see. I'm glad. I lifted my eyes at his whisper, and awaiting me was Asagiri's smile like the afternoon sun, and I came to know another one of his smiles. In that case, I had better save these fingers for you. To share my warmth, to touch you, to slip our fingers together, like this. Please. Right then, a clamor rose up all of a sudden around the shrine. What's going on? The mounted horse. The mounted archery must be starting. Would you like to see it? Of course. Making our way through the crowd, we headed where the archery event was being held. I held tightly onto his hand so that we would not separate. Our hands lay upon each other, the hand he promised to keep safe. His unbalanced hair shifting as he moved was adorable, painfully so. Why can't we update his sprite so he has the unbalanced hair? Afterwards, since we enjoyed the festival as much as we could, we returned to Ohgiya and decided to spend the night together again. But I must ask, when are you going to eat that candy? I scarce stared at the candy sculpture I had brought back and laid down as decoration. Well, it'd be such a shame. Are you just going to keep it there, then? Well, I would not go that far. Though, if it wasn't food, it would look good pinned in your hair. Oh, wait a minute. Is this cameo sculpted based on my hair ornament? Well, yes, it is. Did you not notice? I'm sorry. It's a perfect match for my favorite hair accessory. Why didn't I notice? It's nothing to apologize for. It just means you like my candy sculpture by its own merits. I did. And that's good news in itself. Now, over here, Kaze. Asagiri beckoned me with a wave of his hand, and I timidly went to him. So, Kaze, what's your favorite color? My favorite color? Plotting something, Asagiri looked at me with a subtle smile. Please tell me. Well, red, I suppose. Ah, much like a caramel. Red, then. With that, Asagiri pulled something out of a small bundle. Open your mouth. He shook something back and forth in front of my mouth, and it was a candy ball? Right, since you won't eat the sculpture. I took the liberty of buying some. I hadn't noticed at all. So, open your mouth. This time he whispered sweetly with a choice of a wine. I opened my mouth a little. That's a small mouth, just as red and as glossy as this candy, too. Oh, with embarrassment nearly made me close my lips, the candy ball went right in. It rolled over my tongue, unleashing a sweet burst up to my nose. You see, Kaze, I kind of wanted to share a kiss with you. A sweet kiss. Middle of Asagiri's finger brushed my bottom lip. His eyes, moist Asagiri, stared right at my lips. He was just touching me. He was just looking at me. Yet I felt like he was teasing me. The heat in my chest grew and grew. Then, to my surprise, his eyes caught mine. And when they did, our lips came together. And I knew it was coming too. I knew his lips would be on mine, but I found my lips expecting it, waiting for it. I accepted his lips. Your lips are so sweet, Kaze. His heated words came to my ears between kisses. He sucked on my lips and our tongues danced together. The ball of candy rolled between our tongues, bumping against our teeth from time to time. I couldn't tell when I was supposed to breathe. I blamed the candy for all the saliva I had to swallow. And as we kissed again and again, Asagiri let out a beguiling giggle when our lips parted. Hey, Kaze. What say until this candy vanishes? We keep looking at it. I couldn't answer him, not with my lips sealed off, not with my breathing hampered. Asagiri sure was mean. Asagiri, that's... It's sweet in here. His tongue entered me deeply and the candy disappeared. Or so I thought. It came back, swimming upon our twined tongues. Oh, dear goodness. And it felt as though all the heat in my body was gathering in the core of my head. My muscles would relax and strangely tense up again. I couldn't handle it anymore. And when I clutched onto him in desperation, he rolled a now tiny ball into his mouth with his tongue and pulled his lips away. You started to show your sexy side, Kaze. Well, whose fault do you think that is? I felt like a fire had burst my face and I quickly turned away. Oh, I don't think you need to point fingers, Kaze. I'm just saying that the womanliness sleeping inside of you is something wonderful to behold. The candy bead was right against Asagiri's teeth, and just thinking about it swimming away in his mouth, had I become that indecent of a girl? Hey, Kaze. Asagiri put his tongue out at me, and upon his red tongue was a tiny candy ball, not quite melted yet. Then he pulled his tongue back in. It's all yours. Take it. And it stuck it out again. I quickly shook my head. I couldn't do something that embarrassing. Come on, my tongue's getting tired. Oh, God. Steve myself. You can't do it. No, we can do this. We can do this. I gathered my resolve and quietly brought my tongue to Asagiri's. I felt his gaze as I drew near. Yet, I was completely unable to look at him in the eye. With the speed of a bird picking a fruit, I took the candy. Really? That was quite dexterous. This was so embarrassing. So, what shall we do tonight? Continue? I shrank back, hearing the question I wanted to avoid. If we went any further, life of this strange, painful yet bittersweet affection would end. I would lose something dear to me, even though going further was my duty. If we do not, that would make coming here rather meaningless. Why the sad face all of a sudden? I. If you'd rather another, I don't mind. No, no, that's not it. Shot to my own shot, I covered my mouth. I'm sorry. I will do as you wish, Kaze. But Kaze, I'll take more than 1 or 2 nights to bring forth a child. Where are even those who fail despite all of our efforts? If we simply sleep next to each other tonight and tomorrow, no one will be the wiser. In other words, he wanted us to put on an act. I'm a poor liar. And how about we keep it between us? You mean, keep quiet? There's no shortage of women who don't wish to speak of bedroom affairs, right? Simply act like one of those. Wear the expression. Would that work? Well, in that case, oh, Asagiri, do you believe me when I say the problem isn't that I do not like you? Of course. You wouldn't smile at me so cutely if you didn't like me after all. Embarrassing to hear. But that embarrassment is just fine. You're at your cutest now, Kaze. So that night, too, we simply lay together in the sheets, speaking through the night. Asagiri wanted to know how our tailoring business was going, and he told me about the Western clothes fashion in the mainland. We told each other what we knew. We embraced, and I felt that Asagiri had happiness and smiles to give an equal share. Even if this was but a dream, if it was a dream this pleasant, this blissful, then I did not mind. I gave myself up to the transient happiness before me. Well, at least we're happy. Dear gosh, though, I know this is about his chapter, though. We gotta speak so eloquently throughout it. We must speak our mind, and it must flow and sound so, so good. But anyway, I'll see you guys later. Remember again to vote. Yeah, vote for who you want, Gakuto or Utsusemi. And I'll see you in the next video, guys. Bye, Kaze out.